Today I want to talk about an awkward subject: hiding your drinking. Do you do it? You are not alone if you do. The other day I was speaking to some of the women who've been through my online coaching program, my Getting Unstuck course, and we got into this really interesting conversation about some of the things that we just had to do as drinkers. And there was this very strong reoccurring theme of hiding our drinking. Things that when I look back on now, in long-term sobriety, seem like very clear red flags. But at the time, they just kind of made sense. They were just things that had to be done. So let me give you some examples. Have you ever rushed home so you could get there before your partner and chug down a quick drink before they get home? And then when they do walk through the door, you kind of make a point of opening a bottle and offering them a glass as if it's your first one and actually the idea has only just occurred to you. For many of my students, this is just something that had to be done. They wanted to drink. They wanted that release, and they didn't want to be judged or have someone else say, "Oh my God, why are you gulping down wine like that? It's only Monday." So getting home early and drinking in secret, that just had to be done. And then, of course, if you drink in secret, you have to do something about the empties. Because although you can slip a few extra bottles, one or two here and there, into the recycling, you can't do that all the time. You need somewhere else to get rid of them. So organising that and taking care of that just had to be done. Now, perhaps you live alone, so you're like, well, Kate, I actually don't have any of these problems. But I bet you have left events early because you wanted to go home and drink properly. You wanted to drink in the way that you like to drink, not in the way that you have to do when you're in public or being watched. You wanted to feel satisfied, to feel like you'd had enough, and you just knew that that wouldn't happen unless you could leave wherever it was in time to get to the shops to buy your wine and then drink at home alone before bed. It just had to be done. One of my students was sharing that her son and his wife hardly drink at all. So when she used to go and stay with them and see her grandkids, she would pack those little bottles of wine in her suitcase so she could quietly drink alone in her room during her stay. And taking alcohol with her, so she had her own supply, to her it really felt like a solution to a problem. That way she wouldn't be irritable or deprived by the general lack of booze, and she could just get on with enjoying her stay. However, because she's now nearly a year sober, I think, as she looks back now, it seems a bit weird to her. I mean, I know she absolutely loves being with her family, loves her grandkids. And so to look back now and think about the fact that she couldn't bear to be separated from her wine for even a week, yeah, that was a red flag. And that's what this video is all about. You know, what are the little red flags that have become totally normalized to you that you're not even thinking about? Maybe it is pouring a glass of wine into a mug, a coffee mug, because you just don't want to have a conversation about why you are drinking at this time. Or maybe it's you making up an excuse about why you can't attend an event because you know that once you drive home after work that day, you're going to want to drink. Your car just doesn't leave the drive in the evening because you like to drink, and that is just the way it is. So this video isn't about making you feel bad. I just want to do two things here. I want to, first of all, make sure you realize that you are not alone. So if you're watching this thinking, this woman has been reading my mind, or does she have like CCTV in my house, then rest assured I don't. But I hear about these stories all the time through my work. And of course, I've done most of them myself too. So yeah, know that you are not the only one doing this. The second thing I want to do with this video is just shine a light on the fact that this is happening. Because I know deep down you know it's not right. However, when you do something often enough, over a long period of time, you can stop reflecting on it. You stop thinking, oh yeah, it's kind of strange that I have one glass of wine out on the counter whilst I'm cooking and another glass hidden away in the pantry. It just becomes that thing that you do. But the very fact that you are hiding it is so significant. It shows that your behavior is out of alignment with your values. So that's why I think it really is important to talk about this. And I often get questions from people who want to know, Kate, do you think my drinking is a problem? Is it bad enough? What are the signs? And I know how confusing it all is when you have built this life that just looks so great on the outside. And you are so far away from that cliched stereotype of a problem drinker or a rock bottom alcoholic, and yet alcohol is causing you problems, and you feel as if you are sitting on this big, dark secret. So if you are in that figuring out stage, I do have something for you that will help. I have a quiz you can take called, Do I Need to Take a Break from Alcohol? And I built the quiz based on my 9 years of coaching experience, 9 years of supporting women like you to find freedom from alcohol. And I really hope it brings you some clarity and helps you plan your next steps, whatever they may be, because right now, as a first step, all you really need to establish is whether it's time to take a break from booze. At the Sober School, that is where we begin, with you taking a 6-week break from drinking and doing it properly. So doing the mindset work, getting the support you need so that alcohol-free living can actually feel great and like a lifestyle upgrade. And then you can decide what you do after that. So if you want to take that quiz, I'm going to put the link to it below this video. And also feel free to let me know in the comments if what I've said today has resonated with you and if it's made you feel less alone, which I really hope it has.